Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Hope everybody's doing good on this finally freaking Friday. We're coming down the home stretch to the end of the NFL season, which is the rebirth of a new season. And the Dallas Cowboys are finishing up business from last year. And last night was a great night if you are a Cowboys fan. We ended up, although I will say it's kind of a travesty for Darren Woodson not to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I know the Cowboys, we have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to NFL Hall of Famers, and it's hard for the NFL to go ahead and put three in at one time. But when you think about it, I honestly think that Darren Woodson should have gone in before DeMarcus Ware. Now, a lot of you are younger and stuff and may not have seen what Darren Woodson has done, but we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys all-time leading tackler. And without him as a safety, I don't know that that defense is as good as they were. And we're talking about 3 Super Bowls, and him being the all-time leading tackler for the Dallas Cowboys. You know, DeMarcus Ware, don't get me wrong, 139 and a half sacks, an incredible career, that he's had. I just think you got to take care of Darren Woodson. To think that the Dallas Cowboys defense, which was as integral winning those Super Bowls as the offense, only has Charles Haley in on there. So, hopefully next year we get this together. But getting Chuck Howley, who is 85 years old, in there is a beautiful thing, along with, of course, DeMarcus Ware. That was great. Sadly, Micah Parsons didn't get a single Defensive Player of the Year vote, not one. So I believe that is going to create a hunger, a thirst, and a little bit of an anger, because that's a guy who, like they were talking about the running backs running angry, that's a linebacker that definitely runs angry as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And then finally, in the end, Dak Prescott being NFL Man of the Year. That is the highest award that the NFL has. That is beyond just a player on the field. That is your impact on the world, the community, giving back for what you have been able to accomplish as well. And to see Dak Prescott get that, that's incredible. He joins 3 other Dallas Cowboys, and Jason Witten, Roger Staubach, and Troy Aikman with that. What he needs to join Roger and Troy with is that Super Bowl ring. And I'm hoping and praying that Jerry Jones ends up having a sense of urgency with the Cowboys to get him that ring, to get the Cowboys, to get all of us that ring. And I will say that it was incredible last night for us as well, because during the video leading up to his speech, it was incredible that this video clip was on there. So all we can say is, da-da-dun,
damn, Gina.
Damn, Gina. Damn, Gina. You were on NFL Honors last night. Congratulations. But what I want to say is thank you. Thank you. Because I had the idea. You guys made it a reality. And you guys, all of you who donated to the cause, and all of you that are part of this channel, are part of giving back to help others. And I couldn't have been prouder last night, like a father with his kids. And look forward to the next year seeing my quarterback do incredible things. Listening to that speech and things, I don't know how people can put out the amount of hate for him that they do. I just don't. It's hard. I mean, I just don't understand it. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, I'm going to be a little short this morning because I've got to get through the traffic to D.C. to do some work this morning. And I'll catch up with you guys on the road. But Zeke Elliott, see, Jerry's gone through and he's talking about, the long term and, not wanting to take risks unless it's like the perfect situation. If it's the perfect situation, it's really not risk. It's really not. Risk means you're putting something out there that you could lose on. That's why it's a risk. We've done it where we've been looking at the long game, and the long game hasn't gotten us a Super Bowl. We got a good group of people. We got a young team, and we draft well. But that's not enough. It's not enough. And we got to figure out the core group of guys that are going to stay and who we're going to supplement them with. Now, we got Trayvon Diggs out here who's saying, go get my brother. Tweet out, Cowboys Nation, that you want my brother here. I'd be happy with that. You get Dak another weapon? Yeah, I'd be really happy with that. Let's listen to a guy who's been there and has got 3 rings and is a Hall of Famer and the all-time leading rusher. He might know a little bit more than most.
Did I not see you had a photograph?
Yeah, well,
what do you got?
Photograph. I have I got this as a birthday present. One year's original seat from the old stadium, and I've got.
Oh wow!
Who told you that was the original seat?
Well, the person who gave it to me said they got it at an auction. So.
Oh really?
I don't know about
is that. One? Is there one signature missing? Is that what you're saying?
We got Troy, we got Michael. There's one signature. I brought this from California. Like I said, there's a goat out there whose signature
you looking for Jimmy Johnson?
I don't think he's looking for
the greatest
Moose.
of all time, right?
I don't think he's looking for Moose.
He's looking for Ali then.
Well, that's true. That's true. The greatest running back to ever tote the rock, and you're going to say.
All right.
He's trying to buttle you up and put a Sharpie in your hand. But it just part of the millions of thirsty, if you will, to use the phrase of the moment, Cowboy fans. What do you think of the current state of this team, Emmitt Smith?
I think the core of this team is still intact. And I think the core focus and the core leadership team is still intact with the Dallas Cowboys. I think that we can obviously use some upgrades in certain spots.
Which spots?
Offensively and defensively.
Okay.
Whether it's in the linebacker core, because Van Der Esch got hurt last year. Don't know how many more years he may have left with that neck. So you have to plan for the future at that position. Offensive line, we probably need to upgrade some spots too. We had some young cats that came in and played well for us last year.
Yes.
And Tyler Smith, Tyron Smith,
and Tyler, both of them.
Yeah.
They were terrific.
They were terrific. But Tyron came back.
Yes.
And so with his injury and so forth, how many more years he has left?
Yes.
So we need to secure the future for Dak Prescott or someone else that Jerry may be thinking. I don't know.
Do you think it is Dak?
For me, it is Dak.
Okay.
For me, it is Dak. I think the problems that I saw in our Dallas Cowboys this year probably was twofold. I think in today's game, you have these offensive coordinators that are brilliant offensive coordinators, can't take much from them, but they're trying to do too much and trying to do too much too soon. In other words, they're trying to run almost 80, 90 plays a game, and most of that is all passing. They'd rather see a quarterback throw the ball 45, 50 times a game versus having a well-balanced offensive machine that can get you the efficiencies and the high percentages that you deserve and you earn. And I think for the Cowboys to be very successful, we need to dial some things back and start to look at our personnel groupings and run.
I love. We'll get here a little further.
Plays that we run consistently with excellence, execution at a high level, and that's balancing the run and the pass. Those things we are to dominate, and nobody should ever be able to stop us doing it.
Is Zeke still part of it, you think?
Yes, he is still part of it. He's still part of it, and I see Tony Pollard still being a part of it.
He's so amazing.
Yeah.
What a home run hitter, that guy.
Yeah, but he has to come back from a devastating injury. If we can get him back and see where he goes from there, because he's in a rock, between a rock and a hard place right now, and I feel for him, and I'm praying that he's able to recover. But I see Zeke back and I see Tony back because of the injury. I don't see his value jumping in the market like it should have.
Mm-hmm.
But I think McCarthy needed to dial things down and allow these guys the opportunity to go a little bit old school here, because the Cowboys is an old school organization.
Mm-hmm.
Quit trying to move them forward into the future and let them be this run and shoot, pass happy offensive team and everything. And no, forget that.
Thank you.
That's not us. That's not who we are. That's not what has won these trophies that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Balance is what got us there. And we need to get back to something more balanced.
Catch the rich.
Yeah. You know what? I absolutely positively agree 100%. There's been many times I have said, what is our identity? What is our bread and butter? At some point when stuff hits, shit hits the fan, you have to rely on your thing. And I can't say that I knew what the Cowboys' identity was. We did so many different things and the problem is, it's like when you go to a restaurant that sells Chinese food, pizza, steaks, and seafood. Yeah, you can get all of those, but more than likely, because the menu is like 40 pages long, they're not great at any of them. And the shrimp are frozen shrimp. They're frozen in a box that came in, already pre-done, and you get like, an inch of breading on it, and inside of it is a little teeny tiny shrimp, right? It's not fresh. You go to a place that has, it's a steakhouse. They'll have some seafood too, but they got like a one-page menu because we specialize in this shit. And you get a real good steak. That's fresh. So here lies the Cowboys' problem. With the offense, we've been like a smorgasbord. Let's focus in and say, guys, we gonna learn, like Zeke said, Emmitt Smith, these 35 plays like the back of your hand. We're gonna be able to execute them no matter what they do, and focus in on that. And I think they'd be better off. We'll see what happens as far as keeping Zeke and Tony and everything else. But to me, the biggest area we need to focus on that they're not talking about too much is the offensive line. Everything starts from the offensive line. And our offensive line has been nowhere near where it used to be in, just 5 years ago. So we'll see if Jerry Jones has a sense of urgency to follow up with his NFL Man of the Year. As always, I appreciate you guys.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.